Hi everybody, I'm back. Beautiful day, stopped raining, great stuff. What we're going to talk about today? Well, let's run this intro and you'll find out. So today we're going to talk about itchy scalps and dandruff. Sometimes these things go hand in hand. But we're going to start off with having a chat about itchy scalps. Now, itchy scalps tends to be a problem that people with new dreadlocks have. The reason for that is you've just had somebody pulling and tugging at your hair for ages and ages and ages, and then you've got quite a bit of loose hair, and that loose hair on your scalp can cause irritation. It's just unfortunately one of those things that you've got to put up with new dreads. There's not a lot you can do about it. What I would suggest is get some sea salt spray and give your hair a bit of a spray. Keep your hair clean, try and get it knotted up as soon as possible, and that hopefully will get rid of the itchiness. So if you're one of these people that wash their hair every day or every other day over a period of a few weeks, try and reduce it down to once a week. That way you're going to get rid of all that oiliness and everything that your scalp produces, because you wash your hair, you wash the oil and stuff out of your scalp, and your scalp then goes mad to replace that oil that it wants there, even though you don't want it there. So reducing your washing time will help reduce that oil that your scalp produces. That oil that's on your scalp is one of the things that causes the itchiness initially, that and the loose hairs. So by preparing before you start, I'm going to talk properly. So being prepared before you get your dreads by reducing your washing routine can help reduce that itchiness to start with. What I did find was by washing my hair once a week, once I'd got my new dreads in, that helped a little bit, and a little bit of sea salt spray. So an hour or so before you wash your hair, give it a spray with some sea salt. That tends to dry your dreads out quite a bit, so they're not a bit quicker, and then wash your hair. Don't put the sea salt on and then just leave it, because as we know, seawater is quite aggressive, and it can make your problem even worse. It can make your scalp really itch, and if you leave it on too long, your head's going to melt and your hair's going to fall out and your head's going to dissolve right down. No, I'm kidding. But if you put too much on and leave it on too long, it is going to irritate your scalp. So put it on an hour before you wash your hair, and then wash it all out, and it will help tighten your dreads up, and it will help get rid of some of that itchiness. Sometimes the choice of shampoo can make a difference as well. So if your head itches, try a different shampoo. Try dread shampoos that are supposed to not leave any residue or anything like that. If that doesn't work, try some kind of medicated shampoo. See if that helps. One of the things you don't want to do though is use use a shampoo that's got a conditioner in it, because conditioning will make your dreadlocks loose, and that's the last thing you want when you've got new dreads. As I've said in the past, I tend to use a shampoo that's got tea tree in it. That seems to settle my scalp down quite a bit. It's very rare that I get an itchy scalp. If my scalp is itching, I know that my hair needs washing. And you know, it's just my head's way of saying, come on, hey, get your bloody hair washed. The only other time that I get irritation is when I've got lots of loose hair, and it tends to be around the edges, around here around the base of the top of my neck and around there, where all that loose hair can be like tickling all the time. But getting my dreads sorted generally sorts that out for me. It's only a temporary thing. So let's have a chat about dandruff. Dandruff generally is something that cannot be cured but can be treated. And as long as you keep the treatment up, generally speaking, the dandruff will stay away. Now, what dandruff is flakes of skin coming off your scalp. And if you've got normal hair, i.e. no dreadlocks, then you can wash it out and brush it out so the dandruff doesn't stay there. Now, the problem with dreadlocks is obviously quite simple. You can't brush it out. So the dandruff will actually stay in your hair and build up residue in your hair, which is the last thing you want. It will stop your dreads from drying properly. It will lead to smells, and you'll be able to see it in your hair. Now, having dreadlocks doesn't mean that you're immune from dandruff. You will still get dandruff whether you've got dreadlocks or not. And as I've just said, if you've got dandruff, you need to treat it. So get yourself a good dandruff shampoo. I know one or two people that have got dandruff and they use Head and Shoulders, not advertising, you know, they use Head and Shoulders and that seems to cure it. Just make sure, once again, that you haven't got a shampoo that's got conditioners in. Now, the problem with obviously dandruff shampoo is that it is quite chemically strong. It has to be to get, you know, rid of the dandruff in your hair. So what you need to do is obviously every now and again give your hair a good deep clean to get rid of any residue that's building up in there. But you must make sure that you treat your dandruff. If you don't treat your dandruff, then it's going to affect your dreadlocks and make your dreadlocks look horrible and grotty and build up inside your dreadlocks. So do make sure that you get a good shampoo. You know, go to the pharmacist and speak to the pharmacist, speak to a hairdresser, get some advice off someone, have a look on YouTube, see if anybody's got any good ideas, Google it or any other search engine that you wish to use, but just make sure that you use something that keeps the dandruff at bay. Well, that's about it for today. You know, I'm going to go out with the camera now and take a few photos. Just make sure that if you've got dandruff, you do treat it and you do keep the treatments up. So if you've enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe and ring that bell, I think. And hopefully I shall see you in the next video. And the next video I'm going to talk about the mysterious disappearing dreadlocks. Okay, see you soon. Bye.